Welcome back to the channel, Rare Coins Collections, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. If you're a fan of numismatics or you're just getting started in the hobby, you're in for a treat today. We're going to explore one of the most iconic and sought-after coins in American history, the 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny with a unique mint mark. This little coin might not seem like much at first glance, but when you understand its history, rarity, and potential value, you'll see why it's considered a true treasure in the world of coin collecting. Now, let's take a step back in time and look at the Lincoln Wheat penny series as a whole. The series was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. This penny, featuring the iconic image of Lincoln on the obverse, quickly became one of the most beloved coins in American history. But as time went on, the wheat penny, named for the 2 ears of wheat on the reverse, became not just a piece of currency, but a symbol of history, tradition, and American resilience. The 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny, in particular, stands out among its peers. Minted during a time of economic recovery after World War II, this penny represents an era of hope and rebuilding in the United States. By 1949, the country had emerged from the hardships of the war and was in the midst of a boom in industrial production and technological advancements. Yet, the 1949 penny, although produced in large numbers, would go on to become one of the most highly sought-after coins for collectors due to its rarity and certain key characteristics. At first glance, the 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny might seem like just another coin from the post-war era. However, a closer look reveals that it holds special value, particularly if you know what to look for. One of the most important factors that can influence the value of a 1949 penny is the mint mark. For those who aren't familiar with this, the mint mark tells you where the coin was produced. There were 3 minting locations for pennies during this time: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark is usually found on the obverse side of the coin, just beneath the date. The 1949 penny was produced at all 3 mints, but the real treasure lies in the coins minted in Denver. These coins are much rarer than their Philadelphia counterparts and have a higher demand among collectors. A 1949 penny with a D mint mark from the Denver Mint can be particularly valuable, especially when found in excellent condition. Now, let's talk about the condition of these coins. As with any collectible, the condition of the coin is crucial to its value. A penny that has been worn down from years of circulation, with scratches, dents, or discoloration, won't fetch much more than its face value. However, a 1949 penny that has been well preserved and is in near perfect condition, especially one that has been graded as uncirculated, can be worth a significant amount of money. The difference between a well-worn penny and an uncirculated one can mean thousands of dollars in value. But what really makes the 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny stand out is the presence of rare minting errors. Minting errors can occur during the production process, and when they do, they make a coin much more valuable to collectors. Some 1949 pennies have errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or even die cracks. These imperfections can make a coin even more unique and highly desirable. If you happen to have a 1949 penny with one of these rare minting errors, then you've found yourself a real treasure. So, what's the big question? How much can a 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny be worth? The answer to that really depends on the coin's condition, mint mark, and whether it has any unique features or errors. A typical 1949 penny in average condition might be worth just a few cents above its face value. But when you move up to a coin in uncirculated or near-perfect condition, the value can climb dramatically. For a 1949 penny from the Denver Mint that has been carefully preserved, you could be looking at a coin worth hundreds of dollars, possibly even more if it has a rare minting error. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. The value of a top-tier 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny with the right mint mark and in perfect condition can be astonishing. If you have a 1949 Denver Mint penny in uncirculated condition, or one with a rare error, it could fetch an incredible price. How much, you ask? Well, a single 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny in pristine condition with a rare minting error could be worth as much as $80,000. That's right, $80,000. $0.000 for a single coin. Who would have thought that something as small and seemingly insignificant as a penny could hold so much value? But for coin collectors and enthusiasts, finding a 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny in excellent condition, especially with a rare mint mark or a minting error, is like discovering a hidden treasure. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey into the world of coins, this penny is one to keep an eye out for. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny in great shape, make sure to get it appraised and graded by a professional. The value of rare and well-preserved coins can often exceed expectations, and you might just be sitting on a small fortune. We hope this deep dive into the 1949 Lincoln Wheat penny has been both informative and exciting. If you have any 1949 pennies in your collection, take a closer look at them. They might just be worth more than you think. And if you're new to coin collecting, remember that the world of rare coins is full of hidden gems, waiting to be discovered. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny with the coveted mint mark. If you're a fan of rare coins, or if you're just curious about what makes certain pennies so valuable, you're in for a real treat. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny is a true gem, and it holds a surprising story behind its value, rarity, and potential worth in today's market. So stick around as we explore just how much this seemingly humble penny could be worth, and why it continues to be a favorite among coin collectors worldwide. First, let's take a look at the Lincoln Wheat penny itself. This coin, first minted in 1909, was designed by the famous sculptor Victor David Brenner. The image of Abraham Lincoln graces the obverse of the coin, paying tribute to the 16th President of the United States. On the reverse side, you'll find the iconic wheat stalks that give the coin its nickname, Wheat Penny. This design remained unchanged for decades, and the penny itself became a staple of everyday life in the United States. The Wheat Penny series lasted from 1909 all the way until 1958, making it one of the most recognized coins in American history. Now, let's focus on the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny. This coin was struck during World War II, a time of immense historical significance for the United States. In 1944, the U.S. was deep into the conflict, and the production of coins faced many challenges. Because of the war effort, copper, typically used in the minting of pennies, was in high demand for military uses. As a result, the U.S. Mint made a temporary switch to zinc-coated steel for penny production in 1943. But in 1944, copper returned to circulation, and the U.S. Mint resumed producing copper pennies, making the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny a particularly interesting piece of American numismatic history. You might be wondering, what makes the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny so special? After all, it was produced in large numbers, and thousands of these coins were used in everyday transactions. While it's true that many 1944 pennies are still in circulation or in less than perfect condition, some specific details make the coin valuable to collectors, especially the ones with the right mint mark. Before we go further, let's talk about the significance of the mint mark. The mint mark on a coin indicates where it was struck. For the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny, there are three main mint marks you'll want to look for: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While all three are important, the mint mark can greatly influence the value of the coin. You may be familiar with the fact that Philadelphia coins are typically unmarked, meaning no mint mark appears on those coins. But the 1944 penny with the D mint mark from the Denver Mint is particularly noteworthy because of its scarcity and the demand among collectors. The 1944 D Lincoln Wheat penny is known to be a bit more rare compared to its counterparts, and it's often the most sought after by numismatists. Coins minted in Denver during this time are fewer in number, and collectors consider them more desirable due to their relative rarity and historical context. When these coins are found in uncirculated condition or near perfect quality, they hold a significant amount of value. Speaking of condition, the quality of the coin plays a huge role in determining its worth. A coin that has been circulated over the years will have visible wear and tear, scratches, discoloration, and even dents. These types of coins are typically worth only slightly more than their face value, as their wear reduces their overall appeal. However, if you are fortunate enough to find a 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny in excellent or uncirculated condition, you've stumbled upon a rare gem. Coins that have been carefully stored away and are free from damage can fetch much higher prices. But there's more to it than just the mint mark and condition. Some 1944 Lincoln Wheat pennies feature minting errors, which make them even more valuable. Errors are a collector's dream, as they often result in unique and one-of-a-kind pieces. For instance, double die errors, where the design was unintentionally struck twice, are quite rare and can be incredibly valuable. Off-center strikes, where the coin was not properly aligned during minting, are another type of error that can make a coin far more valuable than a standard issue. The presence of these minting errors is something that every serious collector keeps an eye out for. If you have a 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny with a noticeable error, it could be worth significantly more than a coin that was struck without any defects. In fact, error coins are often sold at auction for far higher prices than their unaltered counterparts. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. Just how much could a 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny be worth? For the average collector, a standard 1944 penny in good condition might not be worth much more than a few dollars. However, when we talk about high-quality, uncirculated coins from the Denver Mint, the price starts to rise. If you happen to find a 1944 D penny in pristine condition, or one with a rare minting error, then you could be looking at a coin worth quite a bit more than you expected. So, how much are we talking about? A single 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny in exceptional condition, especially one with a rare minting error, could be worth a stunning $70,000. Yes, you heard that right, $70,000. A single penny, which many people have overlooked or dismissed, can hold such an immense value. The key is knowing what to look for and how to properly care for these coins, ensuring that their worth isn't diminished by time or wear. If you're a collector, or if you happen to come across a 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny, it's worth taking a closer look. You never know what hidden treasure you might have in your possession. And if you're just starting out in the world of coin collecting, remember that rare coins like the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny can provide both a fascinating hobby and an exciting investment opportunity. Today, we're diving into a coin that has fascinated collectors for decades, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny with a specific mint mark. This penny may look like just another piece of everyday currency, but trust me, there's so much more to it than meets the eye. If you're a serious collector or just someone with a curiosity about rare coins, you're in for a real treat today as we uncover the hidden value and potential worth of this iconic piece of U.S. history. Let's take a moment to appreciate the history behind the Lincoln Wheat penny series. The series began in 1909, with President Abraham Lincoln's portrait gracing the obverse, a design by renowned sculptor Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, you'll find two stalks of wheat, hence the name, Wheat penny. This series remained in production for nearly 5 decades and became one of the most recognized and beloved coins in the United States. The 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny, minted just a year before the series was replaced by the Memorial penny in 1959, marks the tail end of a significant era in American coinage. The 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny was struck during a time of post-World War II prosperity. The United States was in the midst of a booming economy, and the penny, like many other coins at the time, was used regularly for daily transactions. This penny was minted in large quantities, especially considering the demand for smaller denominations during the rapid economic growth of the 1950s. However, despite its widespread circulation, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny remains an important part of numismatic history, particularly because of certain key factors that make it valuable to collectors today. One of the first things that collectors pay attention to when evaluating the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny is the mint mark. As with many coins, the mint mark indicates where the coin was produced. For the 1957 penny, you will see 3 possibilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint did not place a mint mark on its coins during this time, so those pennies are considered to be no mint mark coins. Denver and San Francisco, however, stamped their coins with the letters D and S. respectively. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1957 penny with a D or S mint mark, you're already in possession of something a bit more special than the average coin. Of course, the mint mark alone doesn't determine the value of the coin. Condition, rarity, and unique features play a massive role in determining the price. But if you've got a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny with one of these mint marks, it's certainly worth paying closer attention to. Now, let's talk about the importance of the coin's condition. As any seasoned collector will tell you, the state of preservation of a coin is a huge factor in its value. Coins that have been heavily circulated, scratched, or worn down typically fetch only a small premium over their face value. However, a well-preserved coin, especially one that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, can be worth significantly more. For the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny, a coin that has never been used in circulation, meaning it's essentially in mint condition, can see its value skyrocket. Even slight imperfections, such as discoloration, tiny scratches, or wear on the design, can lower the price of the coin. This is why collectors go to great lengths to protect their coins and preserve them in pristine condition, often storing them in protective cases or folders. But there's something even more exciting that can increase the value of the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny: errors. Yes, minting errors are a coin collector's dream, and they can make an otherwise ordinary coin into a valuable treasure. Minting errors can occur for various reasons, from a misalignment of the dies to improper pressure during the strike. For example, a 1957 penny with a double die, where the image has been struck twice, creating a visible doubling effect, can be worth a significant amount more than a regular, flawless coin. Other errors, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or repunched mint marks, can also add value to a coin. If you happen to have a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny with one of these rare minting errors, then you're sitting on something truly special. Error coins are among the most sought after in the world of numismatics, as they are unique and often impossible to replicate. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for error coins, and the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny is no exception. Now, let's get down to the real question: how much is a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny actually worth? While many 1957 pennies can be found in pocket change or at low prices in the market, the ones in excellent condition, or with rare minting errors, can fetch incredible prices. A 1957 penny from the Denver Mint that is in near perfect or uncirculated condition could be worth several $100s to the right collector. But if you've got an error coin, especially one that has a double die or some other unique characteristic, you're looking at a potentially much higher value. So, what's the grand total for a truly exceptional 1957 Lincoln wheat penny? If you have a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny with a rare minting error, an uncirculated mint mark from the Denver or San Francisco mints, or any other unique features that make it stand out from the rest, it could be worth an astounding $78,000. Yes, that's right, $78,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe that something so small could carry such a hefty price tag, but that's the magic of coin collecting. What may seem like an ordinary piece of currency could turn out to be a valuable treasure, just waiting to be discovered. Whether you're an experienced collector or just getting started, the world of numismatics is filled with surprises, and the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny is a perfect example of how a little coin can turn into something worth a small fortune. If you happen to have a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny, take a closer look at it. Check for any signs of wear, mint marks, or errors. If it looks like it's in great condition or has any unusual characteristics, don't hesitate to get it appraised by a professional. You never know, you might just have a coin worth far more than you initially thought. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1960 Lincoln wheat penny with a mint mark, a coin that has been quietly hiding its true value for decades. It may seem like just another penny, but trust me when I say there's much more to this small piece of copper than you might think. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, stick around as we uncover the hidden worth of the 1960 Lincoln wheat penny and how it could potentially be worth thousands of dollars today. Let's begin with a brief look at the history behind the Lincoln wheat penny. This iconic coin was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin features a bust of Lincoln, while the reverse side showcases 2 stalks of wheat. This beautiful design remained on the penny until 1958, when the reverse was replaced by the memorial design we're familiar with today. So, by 1960, the Lincoln wheat penny was nearing the end of its reign in American coinage. This, of course, makes the 1960 penny even more interesting, as it marks the final years of a beloved coin design before the transition to the memorial penny. Now, while most people would think of the Lincoln wheat penny as an ordinary piece of currency, the 1960 version has captured the attention of collectors around the world. But what makes this particular coin stand out? The key to its value lies in its minting process, rarity, and condition. While the 1960 Lincoln wheat penny was produced in large quantities, only a small number of them have survived in exceptional condition, and this rarity plays a significant role in determining the coin's value today. Coins from this era were often used in daily transactions, which means that the majority of the 1960 pennies you come across will show signs of wear, tarnish, or scratches. However, if you happen to find one that is in near perfect or uncirculated condition, you might just have a rare and valuable treasure on your hands. Before we go further, let's talk about the mint marks on the 1960 Lincoln wheat penny. Mint marks are small letters on the coin that indicate where it was struck. For the 1960 penny, there are 3 primary possibilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. A coin minted in Philadelphia will have no mint mark, while the Denver mint coins will be marked with a D, and those minted in San Francisco will feature an S. The mint mark on a coin can be a crucial factor in determining its rarity and value. For instance, the 1960 D penny from the Denver Mint is often seen as more desirable due to its relative scarcity when compared to the Philadelphia minted pennies. However, the 1960 Lincoln wheat penny also holds a few surprises that can make it worth even more. Let's talk about some special characteristics and potential minting errors that might make your penny much more valuable than you thought. Coin errors are something that collectors are always on the lookout for, as they can significantly increase the value of a coin. And the 1960 Lincoln wheat penny has its own share of interesting errors, which include the famous double die error. The double die error occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, resulting in a doubled image. For example, on the obverse side of the 1960 penny, you might notice that Abraham Lincoln's image or the date might appear to be doubled, or even slightly shifted. This error is highly sought after because it makes the coin unique. A double die error can make the value of a coin soar, and collectors will pay a premium for these rarities. But it doesn't stop there. Other minting errors, such as off-center strikes or die cracks, can also add to the coin's value. An off-center strike happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to be shifted or incomplete. This type of error is also highly collectible and can increase the price of the coin substantially. Die cracks, on the other hand, occur when the minting die develops a crack, which can transfer onto the coin itself. These cracks can create interesting and unique patterns on the coin, making them highly desirable to collectors. So, let's talk about the real question: just how much could the 1960 Lincoln wheat penny be worth? For most people, a 1960 penny in average circulated condition may not be worth more than a few cents above its face value. However, if you're lucky enough to find a 1960 penny with a rare mint mark, in excellent condition, or with a minting error like a double die or off-center strike, then you could be looking at a valuable treasure. The value of these coins can range widely, but high-quality specimens can fetch a substantial price in the right market. For instance, a 1960 Lincoln wheat penny with an uncirculated grade or a rare minting error can be worth thousands of dollars, and depending on the condition and rarity, it can go even higher. But here's the big surprise: if you happen to own a 1960 Lincoln wheat penny with an exceptional minting error, a high grade, and perhaps even a rare mint mark, then you could be sitting on a coin worth an astonishing $95,000. That's right. $95,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe that such a small, seemingly ordinary coin could fetch such an extraordinary price. But that's the magic of coin collecting. Coins that are well preserved, unique, and rare can be worth far more than most people imagine. The 1960 Lincoln wheat penny is a perfect example of how a seemingly insignificant coin can carry immense value, and how a lucky find can lead to a windfall. If you're just starting out in coin collecting or if you've been collecting for years, always remember to carefully examine your coins. Even a seemingly ordinary penny might turn out to be a valuable treasure. Whether it's the 1960 Lincoln wheat penny or another rare coin, take the time to inspect it for any unusual features, mint marks, or potential errors. If you're ever in doubt, getting the coin professionally appraised can help you determine its true worth. So, if you have a 1960 Lincoln wheat penny in your collection, take a moment to appreciate its historical significance, its potential for rarity, and its hidden value. Who knows? You might just be holding on to a coin worth far more than you ever imagined. Today, we're going to dive into an incredibly interesting coin that many may overlook at first glance, but trust me, this coin holds more value than you might think. The 1966 Lincoln wheat penny, with its distinct mint mark, is one of those pennies that has captured the attention of collectors across the globe. If you've ever wondered how an old penny can be worth a small fortune, you're about to find out. Stick around as we uncover the fascinating story behind this coin and its potential to make you a small fortune. Let's begin with a quick history lesson on the Lincoln wheat penny. The Lincoln wheat penny was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner, and it featured Lincoln's portrait on the obverse side, with 2 ears of wheat on the reverse side. The design was a hit, and the coin quickly became a staple of American currency. The Lincoln wheat penny continued to circulate in the U.S. until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial penny. However, during its run, the Lincoln wheat penny went through multiple significant years, including the 1960s, when the coin's design was beginning to fade into history. The 1966 Lincoln wheat penny is significant because, by this time, the design had started to show its age, but it was still part of one of the most recognizable coin series in the United States. The Lincoln wheat penny from 1966 carries the legacy of the earlier years, but with a twist. This is one of the last few years the coin would bear the iconic wheat ears on the reverse side, before transitioning into the memorial design in 1959. So, finding a 1966 penny, especially one in excellent condition, is quite special for collectors. Now you may be wondering, why is the 1966 Lincoln wheat penny so valuable? To understand that, we need to explore the significance of mint marks. The mint mark on a coin tells you where it was made. For the 1966 Lincoln wheat penny, the possibilities for mint marks are Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The 1966 coins from Philadelphia were not stamped with a mint mark, but those from Denver will have the D mint mark, and the coins from San Francisco will bear the S mint mark. You might think this is no big deal. After all, it's just a letter. But in the world of coin collecting, that D or S can make all the difference between a common penny and a rare, valuable find. In fact, while a 1966 penny from Philadelphia is still valuable in its own right, a 1966 penny from Denver or San Francisco is much more desirable to collectors. But there's more to the story. What really makes the 1966 Lincoln wheat penny so sought after isn't just the mint mark. It's the rarity of the coin in high grades, and more specifically, it's about the condition and the potential for unique errors. Coins like the 1966 Lincoln wheat penny were widely circulated during their time. In fact, millions of these pennies were used in everyday transactions. Over time, they got worn down, scratched, tarnished, and damaged. So, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is rare. When a coin has been carefully stored or protected, it can retain its original details, including the sharpness of the image and the clarity of the design. And those coins, the ones that have been kept in perfect condition, are the ones that hold the most value. But what if your 1966 penny has something extra? What if it has a unique minting error? Mint errors are the holy grail for coin collectors. These errors are mistakes made during the coin minting process, and they can make a coin incredibly rare and valuable. The 1966 Lincoln Wheat penny has its fair share of error types that could make it worth a small fortune. For example, if your 1966 penny has a double die, where the design is struck twice, making the image appear doubled, then you're in possession of a highly coveted coin. This error happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during the minting process, creating a blurry or doubled image on the coin. The doubled die error is especially popular because it's unique and hard to replicate. Other types of errors, like off-center strikes, die cracks, or repunched mint marks, can also make the coin more valuable. These types of errors create unique patterns and characteristics on the coin that make it stand out from the rest, and collectors will pay handsomely for a coin that is rare, unique, and in excellent condition. Now, let's address the burning question: how much could a 1966 Lincoln Wheat penny be worth? Well, it depends on a few factors. In general, a 1966 Lincoln Wheat penny in typical circulated condition is worth only a few cents above its face value. However, the true value comes when you find a 1966 penny in excellent or uncirculated condition, especially one with a rare mint mark or an error. If your 1966 Lincoln Wheat penny is in exceptional condition, you might be able to sell it for hundreds of dollars, especially if it has a unique error or a mint mark from a rare mint. But here's where it gets really exciting. If you happen to own a 1966 Lincoln Wheat penny with a particularly rare error, or if it's in an extremely high grade and has a mint mark from a less common mint, you could be sitting on a coin worth a staggering $85,000. That's right, $85,000 for a single penny. It's mind-blowing, isn't it? But that's the reality of the coin collecting world. Coins that are rare, well-preserved, and have minting errors can fetch incredible prices, sometimes far beyond what you'd ever expect. The 1966 Lincoln Wheat penny is a perfect example of how an overlooked piece of currency can turn into a valuable treasure. So, before you dismiss that old jar of pennies or that random penny you find lying around, take a moment to carefully examine it. You might just have a valuable find on your hands. If you're a serious collector or you've recently come across a 1966 Lincoln Wheat penny, be sure to take a good look at the condition, the mint mark, and any potential errors. It could be worth a small fortune. You may not know it, but that penny could be sitting in your collection, waiting to be discovered. If you're ever uncertain about the value of your coin, don't hesitate to take it to a professional numismatist for an appraisal. They can help you determine if your 1966 penny is worth much more than you thought. Thanks for joining us today on this journey through the fascinating world of the 1966 Lincoln Wheat penny. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on future discoveries. Keep your eyes peeled, because you might just have a treasure in your collection that's worth far more than you ever imagined. Happy collecting!